Hi there. In this video, we'll look at data analysis. We'll look at a one-way data table and a two-way data table. What this allows us to do is to change portions of a formula based on what we've added to a data table. So as an example, we'll change the interest rate, and we'll see what our payment amounts, our total payments, and our total interest will be with different interest amounts. So let's try one of these out. So I'm going to create a new sheet here. And I'm going to say loan amount, same arrangement as before. I'll say $20,000. And annual interest rate. I'll say, just imagine this is our credit card, 18%. And number of periods. So again, we'll do 3 years. So to calculate the payment amount, we just simply use payment, right? So the rate divided by 12. Number of periods, present value, again negative that because it's a loan. So that'll be the payment amounts. The total payments will be equal to that times that. So it looks like we're paying about $6,000 in interest, and we can just quickly say equals that minus that to find our total interest. Now what I want to do is take these three figures and see what they would be if the annual interest rate changed. So I'm just going to add all of that again, and I'll say data analysis. Oh, sorry, I'll say what if analysis. So the payment amount, let me just move that down one more here. The payment amount equals that. The total payments equal that. Total interest equals that. So that is for, it's the number of periods. That's for 36 periods. Sorry, that's for interest rate. So that is for 18%. Now we'll take a look at what it would be for, I'll just go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 all the way up to 18. So say 5%, 6%. And we'll drag that up to 18. We've already got 18 there, so we'll just stop short at 17. So now that we've got our data here, we can add, we can now add our what if analysis. So what we just basically do is select this entire table, like that, and then we just insert what if analysis. Let me just get that again. I'm just going to shrink this down a little bit so we can see the entire thing. We don't need to see the actual numbers. There we go. So what we select, let me just make that bigger, is basically all of the references to the formulas as well as the interest rates that will be swapped in. And then we choose data, what if analysis, data table, and it's the row input cell. So you can think of it because the basically the variables are in a row, not in a column, if that helps. So I choose my little arrow here, my little arrow, and that allows me to go into the spreadsheet and tell the what if analysis what part of this, or basically these formulas, is changing. So it's that part right there. I just press enter on my keyboard. I choose OK. So if our interest rate is only 5%, we'll only have to pay $599.42 in per payment. So you can see it goes all the way up. So let's try another one of those, but with a number of periods. Again, you'll see that this is very similar. We get the very similar results than what we saw previously. We created an ad hoc what-if analysis by using absolute references. But what this does for us is it adds those absolute references for us. We don't have to think about that stuff ourselves. I'm just going to make this into a friendlier format, so it looks like currency. There we go. So I'm going to try the same thing, but with number of periods, or sorry, number of payments. So I'll say number of payments, variable number of payments, if that helps. So I'll say number of payments. And I'll say we got 36. I'll go from 12 to 60. Oh, sorry, that one's got to be 36 because that's the original result. And then 12 to 60. There we go. And that equals that equals that. Just copy that down. And that equals that. You just autofill. Select the entire thing. Right? Includes reference to the formula. So basically Excel looks to the original formula. And then I choose data, what if analysis, data table, and again it's a row input cell because the variables are in a row, and this time it's the number of payments. Press enter on my keyboard, choose OK. So if we pay within 12 months, each payment will be $1,800. Total amount paid is $2,200. So the next one we'll look at is a two-way data table. This will allow us to choose two things about the formula. So for a two-way data table, I'll create a particular arrangement of data here. So we'll look at what the payment amount will be if we vary the amount of interest that we pay, as well as how much we end up borrowing. And that will calculate the payments with both of those items. So you can't have a variety of formulas here. You can only have one. So this will be the actual payment amount. So this will be equal to that. So I'll just say equals that. And again, That's a link to the original formula. Now I'm going to take a look at what that would be. We're at 18% here. I'll go from 10 to 18 just to keep it small. And I'll add 11% and autofill that across to 18. And then again, I'll vary the amount of the loan. So right now our loan is 20,000, so I'll go from 10 to 20. Sorry. Now I select this entire arrangement just like I did previously. In this situation, the top left corner, the very first cell you select in the top left corner, has to be either the formula or the reference to a formula. That is a link. And then we just have to say the row is the interest and the column is the loan amount. So what if analysis, data table, row input cell, interest, column input cell, and again I hit enter there to get back to this. Column input cell is the loan amount. And okay. So you see the payments at 10%, if we have a $10,000 loan, will be $322. And we could change something else about this as well. For example, if we want to have this the number of periods, let me just delete all of this. So if you want to remove your what if analysis, you just select it and delete the entire thing. So you could actually make this number of periods. So actually I'll make this one down here, number of periods. So right now we're at 36. I'll go from 24 to 36. Actually, we're working in years, so I'll go from 12 to 60. So again, I just select the entire thing. Top left corner contains either the formula or a link to the formula. I choose what if analysis, data table, row input cell. Again, that one's still percentage. If we manage to have some control over what percent we pay. And column is now number of periods. So at 10% over 1 year, if we're paying off $20,000, it'll be that amount per period. So that's both one-way and two-way data tables with a what-if analysis. Thanks so much for watching.